Finally, I have been reborn. Actually, hold on. This isn't correct. What did Obito do? This. I am not alive. This is a reanimation. And who are you? You're the one who revived me in this sorry state. How did you get a hold of my DNA? You're an obsessive fan. What does that mean? You stan me. I've never heard of such an absurd word. You would even go as far as to call yourself a simp. What in the world is a simp? Very questionable. That makes me mildly uncomfortable. So, for what purpose did you revive me, Madara Uchiha, before the plan was ready? You want me to what? Are you for real? You want me to read to you a book so that you may sleep? You cannot be serious. You wish to reduce me, Madara Uchiha, to a maid. This will not stand. Prepare to die. You cannot hold me with such a simple reanimation. Fire style, majestic destroyer flame. What is going on? You limited the reanimation. You've blocked me from using my chakra. You sly fox. If you used these abilities of yours for war, you would be nigh unstoppable. But yet you choose to use it for your own personal satisfaction. That's quite pathetic. So what is this book you want me to read? The faster we can get this over with, the faster the reanimation will be undone. Something in me says that once you fall asleep, the reanimation will undo itself, and I have to never look at your excuse of a face again. Good, good. This book is called Sasuke's Story. Sunrise. Who is Sasuke? It seemed like on the cover he has the Sharingan. So he is an Uchiha, I take it. Interesting. This must be of someone from after my time. So be it. Are you comfortable? I want you falling asleep as soon as possible. Good, good. Well then, if you're ready, let's begin. We'll start with the prologue. I was alone and starved of love, a child spurred on by hatred. I took a different path from my friend, who knew pain similar to my own. I chose a path of further loneliness. Connections give rise to the warmth of emotion, and these occasionally flashed brightly, exposing my own weakness in the harsh light of day. My body was enveloped in darkness. I turned my back to the light, my heart stained black with hatred. To get revenge on my older brother, Itachi, who killed my clan, my family. To get revenge on Konoha for pinning all their crimes on Itachi, for using him. To bring about a revolution in this world, and build a world without mistakes with my own power. I can't just let you go. And there, my only friend standing in my way, a shinobi who knows my pain. Relentlessly honest, he is a man who does not stray from his word. I brushed him off any number of times, even tried to take his life. And yet he did not give up. He did not abandon me. He desperately reached out to me, locked onto me. And this man, the man I tried so hard to sever my relationship with, he pulled me out of solitude. I lost. I remember the dazzling light of the morning sun in the valley of the end. Although I had chosen the place with the intent of a final decisive battle, the pain we shared in our hearts, the warm tears on my cheeks, I will never forget. Naruto, my friend, he said, "What I want to do is get all shinobi to cooperate with each other, including you, of course. I am in Naruto's world. I am blessed to exist." His was like the warmth I once got from my family. It made me feel that I truly existed in this world. The connections with my family, the love. Revenge had supported me, but at the same time, it had eaten away at me. Hatred raced through my body like a poison, and killed all other human emotion. And when I was in that state, he lit the fire in my heart once more. I stepped onto a new path, a path leading from the past to the future. It is not even a path, however. This world still connects all kinds of pain. Sharingan in my right eye, Rinnegan in my left. The future reflected in these eyes that once stared into darkness. On to Chapter 1. Dark clouds appearing in a world of change. Give my best regards to the Lord Raikage as well. The vast ocean was veiled in white mist, not particularly good for visibility, but the women were accustomed to fog. They could see quite well, even in these conditions. Enclosed on all four sides by the ocean, the land of water, one of the lands known as the Five Great Ninja Nations, was also home to the village of Kirigakure. The days when Kirigakure was known as the village of the Bloody Mist, and the origin of Akatsuki were in the distant past. Yagura, the fourth Mizukage, had dirtied his hands with all sorts of evil, but the genjutsu cast on him had been released by the late Owl's Byakugan, and with Terumi Mai's assumption of the office of fifth Mizukage, the situation in Kirigakure was steadily improving. And then, the Fourth Great Ninja War changed the world completely. The constantly quarreling Five Great Ninja Lands had joined hands and come through the terrible battles together, becoming war comrades. Even after the Great War, they had worked together to overcome the difficulties that arose to shake the world. Many lives had been sacrificed in the war. and those who survived lived with great sadness, but the things gained were also great. Please be thorough in your duties in the joint training between Kirigakure and Kumogakure. Chojuro, carrying the large twin sword Hiramakare. That was proof he was one of the 7 ninja swordsmen, called to the ninja preparing to sail away. The surf pounded against the port. A ship large enough to carry 100 people was currently moored there, in this critical location for the land of water, surrounded by the sea as the country was. Some people had kicked up a fuss when the decision was made to train together with another village, but still the feeling of friendship was actually quite strong. The fact they had exchanges like this with other lands was due in large part to Uzumaki Naruto and the many incredible things he had accomplished during the 4th Great Ninja War. His hope was that ninja would come together to create a world without war. These sorts of experiences will be good for the future of Kirigakure, the Mizukage remarked to the squad leader in charge of the joint training group. Yes, ma'am, we will be bold, made for this mission. We will build a basis for friendship with other nations. The squad leader responded sincerely to this hope of the Mizukage. But she reacted with a gasp. Old maid? Utterly ignorant of the Mizukage's state of upset, Chojuro said to the squad leader, "The Lord Raikage is hard on both self and others at times, but he is a firm and brave man. He gives his all to everything he does. Also, this time of year, powerful typhoons often form around the islands neighboring the lands of water, so please do not act rashly. Keep an eye out for them." Aha, so now you worry about other people, Chojuro. Better off herding cats. Old maid, hard on both self and others at times? Trash her. As Chojuro and others chatted cheerfully, the look on the Mizukage's face grew grim, and an ominous aura rose up around her. Noticing her silence, Chojuro cocked his head curiously to one side and looked at her. "Lady Mizukage, is something the matter?" She exhaled a long breath and collected her scattered nerves. "I just remembered things with Ao. If he were here." "Oh, Ao. I wish you could see me now, too." Chojuro had apparently taken her statement to mean she wanted to show off the now-grown Chojuro to Ao. Rather than correcting him, the Mizukage smiled and brought their conversation together with a "truly." "All right, then. We'll be off." A ninja on the ship called. Now that all members were aboard, the ship slowly left the port. The 5 great nations hated each other so much, and now we can join hands like this, Chojuro murmured, deeply moved as they watched it sail off in a mist of sea spray. It's simply incredible, isn't it? Yes, it really is. The Mizukage felt something more than this, than how Chojuro felt the transformation of this changing world in his own way. She was one of the shinobi who had lived through the dark days of Kirigakure. She had fought, drenched in blood of others, in her own blood, for the sake of the village. Back then, if a ninja was determined to be a burden, they were simply thrown to the wolves. It had indeed been a time when everything was suspect. When they had lost sight of what they were living for, what they believed in, as if they had been in a thick fog. That environment had produced, among others, Momochi Zabuza, feared as a demon, Haku of the Yuki clan, toyed with by the sad destiny of Kekai Genkai, and Hoshigake Kisame, who bore the darkness of Kirigakure alone, so-called evil ninja. As a ninja from the same village, from the same era, however, the Mizukage secretly had complicated feelings about calling them evil. With the tensions among the 5 great nations easing, and thus fewer and fewer battles, this world, formerly centered around fighting, was now changing from its foundations, which meant that both ninja and average citizens also needed to change to adapt to these new times. But not everyone could accept this. There were inevitably going to be people who rejected and despised the idea of this change, who tried to destroy this new world. In her struggle to undo the negative inheritance left by the former Mizukage in Kirigakure's own history, the current Mizukage Mai was coming up with all kinds of difficulties, so she knew change was no simple matter. The ship bound for the Land of Lightning had become a shadow in the distance in the blink of an eye. The Mizukage strained her eyes to follow the hazy ship disappearing into the white mist. It got cloudy all of a sudden. The Kirigakure ninja, keeping watch on the deck of the ship, looked up to the sky. It had been a day since the ship set out from the port in the Land of Water toward the Land of Lightning. After they slipped through the white fog, they had been blessed with good weather, but abruptly, black clouds started gathering above them. The wind blew against her cheeks, and the calm face of the ocean began to change. A storm might be coming. The watch ninja took a step to go and to report to the people inside, but she felt eyes on her somehow. Unconsciously, she turned in that direction and saw a small boat in the ocean, in the breaks between the waves. A fishing boat. Aboard the vessel were several people dressed like fishermen in straw raincoats and woven amigasa hats. But there were many islands of all sizes in this area, and more than a few of their residents made their living fishing. There was no need to be particularly concerned, or so she thought, but the boat was gradually heading toward them. "Hey, you're going to hit us," she called out a warning, but the boat didn't show any signs of stopping. "Hey." The watch ninja leaned over from the ship, grabbed her forehead protector with the Kirigakure crest on it, and held it up. Perhaps there came through in this a boast that they were ninja of Kirigakure, an unconscious arrogance that fishermen like them couldn't do anything about. One of the people in the boat stood up. Woven hat deep over their eyes, fingers grasping the edge, slowly lifting it. The hidden chin, the mouth, the nose were revealed, and then, the instant she saw the eyes, the watch ninja fell down. "Hey, what's wrong?" The eyes of the other ninja on the deck grew wide at their comrade suddenly dropping to the deck, after calling out a warning to the small boat ahead of them. But before any of them could race over to her side, they sensed an abnormal aura. Who's there? The mysterious person, face covered by the woven hat, landed soundlessly alone on the deck of the ship. From the way they carried themselves, there was no doubt they were a ninja. Hearing the commotion, the squad leader came running up. "Seize them." The ninja of Kirigakure began to weave signs to capture and eliminate the intruder. They were on the water. Given the number of water-style users in Kirigakure, they should have the upper hand. However, the intruder calmly lifted the edge of the hat again. Whoa. Young ninja with promising futures, veteran shinobi who had lived through the time known as the Village of the Bloody Mist and survived the Fourth Great Ninja War. All of them crumbled on the spot, unable to do anything against this lone ninja opponent. "They're late." The ninja of Kumogakure grumbled, waiting in the drizzling rain to meet the ninja of Kirigakure at the port in the Land of Lightning. The scheduled arrival time was long past, and no message had come to say the ship would be late. The Lord Raikage is going to lose it if they're too late. They're straightforward, short-tempered Raikage. If they kept him waiting too long, he would erupt in anger. He might very well bring the lightning of his name down on them. Maybe the weather's not working with them. There's nowhere out on the ocean to get out of the rain, after all. But they could at least send a messenger hawk from the ship, right? It'd make it easier for us to report to up I-2, if they'd send a little note saying they're late. That's true, but... The wind brushed against the cheeks of the increasingly wetter Kumogakure ninja. After considering again the possibility that their arrival could even be further delayed, they decided to send a messenger to Kumogakure. Hey, wait. Is that it there? A ship had finally appeared on the horizon. So they finally show up, huh? The ship bore the mark of Kirigakure. It was clearly the one they were waiting for. It's kind of really quiet, huh? There was no one on the deck. They couldn't see any Kirigakure ninja. Perhaps they had gone into the cabin to avoid the rain. As the ship approached, the wind and rain grew more intense, almost as if bringing something sinister. Welcome to the land of lightning, the Kumogakure representative called out as the ship reached the shore. There was no response from inside. Thinking this suspicious, the Kumogakure ninja looked at each other. Welcome, she shouted again, her voice tense. Finally, someone appeared from within the ship, a ninja wearing a woven hat. This ninja glanced down at the representative who had called out to welcome the ship. Oh. The representative swayed, then collapsed on the rain-slick port. What's wrong? The Kumogakure ninja were bewildered by this sudden event. The ninja in the hat jumped down from the ship, tossed the hat away, revealing what had been hidden beneath it. Those eyes. Crimson eyes glowing eerily in the rain. Not one of the Kumogakure ninja escaped being caught in their gaze. Crap. Ocular jutsu. Merely upon seeing that red glow, the ninja Kumogakure lost all their strength and fell to the ground. That was wonderful. Red Eyes' comrade leaped down from the ship after watching the scene play out. Put them in the ship, Red Eyes had instructed, and the other ninja nodded. The Kirigakure ninja were already inside the ship, flat on their backs, not moving so much as a muscle. While the others hauled the Kumogakure shinobi up, Red Eyes picked up the woven hat and put it back on. The weather grew increasingly tough, and the black clouds, stirred up by the wind, twisted like a giant snake. We got them all, one ninja shouted, and Red Eyes leapt up back onto the ship. A bolt of lightning raced across the sky, rumbling with thunder. We'll dye it all red. I will not allow this peace. Good. Maybe we'll finish this some other time.